Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome in. So we have a very special video today. We did it, guys. We finished our ancient Rome themed island. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. It was such a labor of love. Thank you all so much for joining in on the chaos and the fun. I really couldn't have done it without you. So let's go ahead and get this tour underway, shall we? We are in cherry blossom season. I'm on the southern hemisphere, so that's why you're seeing October. So, from the airport, as always, look at the entrance that I've designed, you guys. I will tell you one thing. This took me an incredible amount of time. It went through so many different phases. I had no idea at first what I was going to do, how I wanted it to look, or even, what elements I wanted to incorporate. But I finally figured and settled on this kind of wraparound idea where it can go from either side and it will just look so impressive, so majestic. And I think it turned out phenomenal. Little seating areas over here, great view. It's in cherry blossom season. Where can you go wrong? And it is symmetrical-ish on both sides. And just kind of the overlook. This side's a little bit longer just because I didn't want a way down. So it kind of hangs over just a tad bit more. But it's such a beautiful place for taking pictures and just enjoying the sunset or the sunrise. Going down. This is something that I added post completion. I had a bunch of pergolas here and I thought I needed something a little more majestic. So this actually didn't make it into the dream address, but I wanted to showcase it on the tour because this is actually a little nod to what my new island theme will be when we reset. Have you guessed it yet? Stay tuned for that. You will love it. Off to the right, where resident service is at. Of course, this build, just so simple with the medieval building sides. It's something clean, something non-obtrusive, and I think it just adds to the overall effect. And we have this little art garden here. So much fun. This is the Sanctum Sanctorum, or the sort of orator where the Roman Senate would be held. Is kind of my frame of mind with that. Got a little neighborhood over here with this beautiful pond. Gotta have a snapping turtle. And yes, the turtle is moving. And so we got some different houses here. Just kind of, nondescript. Coming down here, my little soothsayer shaman Clay. We did his area here. I love these little fairies. They are from Breath of the Wild, actually. Such a cute thing. I love the way this turned out. Just very kind of, very kind of witchy and wonderful. Little side note here for those that are unaware. If you have this little tabletop display sign, you can actually customize this to any custom code that you have, and it will look like that custom design. So I used it to kind of mimic some fairies in a couple of different places. So we're moving along. This is actually the first time I actually completed any of my beaches as well. So that will be interesting to show off. So we got some more art, of course. And then moving right along, we've got the Pantheon. I kind of did a cover up on the museum with all of the ruined arches and ruined decorative pillars, and a park fountain just for some added beauty. I think that turned out really, really well. I'm very proud of that build. We have a little flower field here with some more art. We got some altars as well, unsacrificed altars. So another beautiful place to take pictures. Just look at that image, friends. Just look at the image that is there. And then with some more art, a wonderful seating area. Just the weeds and the flowers, I think, together make it so, so good. And if you remember initially, the very first design video that I put out for this island was actually the cathedral. So the cathedral that I did in that video was much larger. This one's been scaled down, but you don't miss anything. Same concept, same items, but it's just been condensed into something that I think is so beautiful and is quite honestly my second favorite place on this island. This is the third. This is the Mausoleum that I made. The greatest inspiration were those stairs. That is the best pro design code I think I've ever seen in my life. So I was very excited to use that. This water code and bridge code is used all over the island, again for continuity, but also it's just so beautiful to look at. In honor of my friend Danny, Canada Crossing, I decided to give Hamlet a grave. Rest in peace, Hamlet. I put Judy here because she's insanely hard to get off of your island. She's still on the island though, but I kind of wanted to give an homage to how difficult it is to get her off of your island. As we come back through the pergola, we've got another beautiful little area here that is just breathtaking. This is my favorite build. I did this as a collaboration with some other friends of mine. The video, of course, is on the channel. Check it out. This is Klaus's house, and I chose him to be my Roman emperor. And I had such an amazing time with this build. It was incredibly time consuming. It took me almost 3 hours to get it the way I wanted it to, but I think it turned out just phenomenal and incredibly majestic. And, you know, just scattered art all around. Pergolas. Romans were all about beauty and life, and the altars are just in remembrance of all the deities that they pray to, sacrifice to. So there has to be all of them around the island. So coming down, and of course you can take any kind of path you want. I've just been around this island so many times that I'm blown away by everything. This is my interpretation of the Trevi Fountain. It's very influential in Roman design. This, again, was very time consuming just because the little nuances that I wanted, some worked, some didn't, so I had to kind of go with the flow. This little area right here, you have to go through it in first person to get the sense of majesty and just beauty that is there. And the King Kamehameha statue is just perfect for that spot. And I love the pergolas. I love the spreading around of all the art and the fruit. You know, they were very health conscious and just so beautiful to look at and have spread around. The castle wall is customized. You can customize the emblem on the castle wall. So I just put one of the patterns that I had for one of the street lamps with banners. Super simple. Here we have Avery's house. Avery is my blacksmith on the island, so that's why there's swords and all the different tools, because he is responsible for all of that. As we come down, Tom Nook's cranny is our fish market. And as you can see, Coco's having a good time checking out the fish. And of course, Abel's the seamstress. Kind of a no-brainer. I think that transitioned really well. And coming down, here's this land bridge again. But it's not really a land bridge, it's sort of a beautiful water bridge. And it extends the whole length of that across the island. This was also very hard to place because I wanted it to look a certain way, and it was just a lot of trial and error, but we finally got there. And this is Ioni's house. We did kind of a flower shop stargazing combo for her. So we've got the crescent moon chair, the moon, we've got some fairies. Really pretty, very magic, you know, it's just magical, this spot. And we've got some island decorations over here with some seating leading up to another temple or shrine. However, my villagers tend to use it. And then coming down, we've got just a little kind of offshoot with some more art and just a really simple area, not cluttered, but still really beautiful to look at. Alright, so heading to the back again, we're gonna go through the castle gates and we have the Coliseum. This was the very first actual on-stream build that I did for this island. It went over incredibly well. So we've got Klaus's throne up there where he can decide who lives and who dies. So lions and bears are who they're fighting. This guy didn't survive, unfortunately. He lost his head. So that's somebody else's head. Wake up. That's so creepy. I love it. Oh. And then over here we've got a little shack. Chalet. And over here we've got another potential stargazing place. We've got just a really beautiful mood setting opportunity here. I just kind of love the cohesiveness of it all. Now you can go one of two ways. You can go back over the bridge, or you can kind of shimmy through to this little farming peasant area back here. We got the chickens and the bunnies. We've got, each person has their own little croft or little farming plot. This was, I think, the most fun build, and I think this is the one that turned out so well. I've had so many compliments on the way that this back area looks, and it was incredible. This was my attempt at using these dreaded paths, and I think they turned out really well. And I love the ruralness of this area, and you can tell it's, you know, very farm peasant. Got a horse stable, and it leads up to the second build that I did on this island, and it's the mine. These codes are thanks to Honeyland Horizons. She has an amazing Daisy code that I absolutely loved, so thank you so much for that, April. And she was actually really monumental in helping me kind of figure out the placement, and she gave me some really great ideas, and I think it turned out magnificent. I am so happy with this build. So happy. And then it kind of comes on to Mount Vesuvius. This is sort of the perspective that I wanted, just to kind of give some homage to Roman past. I cannot say enough about this island. It was such a joy to make. I am so happy that it is complete. And it's actually the very first island that I actually completed on stream. So that makes it extra special, I think. So we're going to take a look at the beaches, because the beaches are, this is the first time I've actually done the beaches as well. So I want you guys to take a look at this. I love the maypoles as sort of a focal entry point into this light of, I love the little blanket coat I did, and great for reading a book. And, you know, just kind of the emperor showing off his wares and just the regalness of it all. And of course we've got more art, statues. We got a beautiful romantic spot right by the water, a sitting place, more art, and then we come to the campsite. I absolutely love the campsite. It turned out so well. I love this little picnic area right here, right underneath a pergola. Come on now. Who would say no to that? And of course some more fountains, a yacht club. We're all about the yacht club. And a little shanty shack over here, just to kind of tie it all together. And really sort of bring that element of rustic, farm, fish. You know, Romans did everything. You know, they fished, they sewed, you know, it was totally self-sufficient. Totally self-sufficient. And I think I captured that very well. I am so proud of everything on this island. And I thank you all for joining me on this journey. And I hope you've enjoyed the island tour. Give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell for more from me and when I go live. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!